A marathon coach owner is someone who expects exploration and relaxation to blend flawlessly. For the most reliable, luxurious motor coach on the market today, look no further than Marathon Coach. Indulge that wanderlust, leave any cares behind, and lead a life filled with adventure. Join the Marathon family and take your 5-star hotel with you.
Welcome back to Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. It's a beautiful day here, and we're getting ready for some international GT racing. And without further ado, let's head down to Ben Sissel, who is getting ready to talk us through what we're about to see.
Welcome to the grid at the Vintage Grand Prix of Mid-Ohio. It's already starting. We've got lots of drivers here with James in our safety car as it goes around. Ken Fangler with International GT. Good field of cars here. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's fantastic to be back here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. 36 cars on the grid. We couldn't be happier. We've got a variety of Maranello Cup cars, Mission Foods GT3 Cup cars, and Stuttgart. So we look forward to a fantastic weekend of racing and great way to kick it off.
Nice. Thank you, Ken, president of International GT. We'll try to walk up here. Tom Pank all the way out here from Maryland with a Baysaver Technologies car up front, which is really no surprise. The surprise to me is in second place, brand new to International GT, has had the car just a few months, PJ Hyatt right here in this GT4R, the number 80, beautiful kind of British racing green on a Porsche. So PJ, welcome to the series. Have fun racing in this Tom Pank, Mark Matisse sandwich. Then Mark Matisse, one of our Ohio players here in this beautiful 4.01 class, running out here with a visit Put-in-Bay.org, Put-in-Bay in Ohio. You can look in there. Beautiful car, very fast. Then we come over here with TLM David Tuwati all the way from Miami, Florida, right here in this bright orange, you can't miss it, TLM 4.01 class. Then another one of our Ohio players, Todd Sloan. This is his home track, always really fast here is Todd Sloan in this beautiful red, white, and blue Mobil 1 Porsche. And then with great competition, if you've been paying attention to us this season, Stephen Hammond and David Tuwati had great battles with us at Road Atlanta. We've got one on the grid, but I got to show Stephen Hammond is in this car that Jody Miller has loaned to him, another 4-liter car. So we're going to see what he's doing. But man, it's getting loud. We're about to go 1 minute on the grid. Jonathan, I'm going to race over to you, but I'm going to send it back to you, buddy.
Great stuff, Ben, as always, and he'll be back over in the commentary booth, which is actually on the other side of the circuit, so he's got some work to do. But he'll hoof it over, and as he said, we're taking through what is a massive grid of over 36 cars. We only saw, the top 10 there, and so it's a really good competition, this. And as Ken Fangler, who also I hope will come over and join us, will tell us more about the Stuttgart Cup, which obviously naturally is for Porsches. And we also have a Maranello Cup, which is for lesser numbers, but for Ferrari only. But great to see the likes of Gunnar Jeanette and PJ Hyatt getting on the front row in their GT4R with a 124.3 and a 123.868 was the top time from Tom Pank to take the pole position yesterday in his 2013 GT3 Cup car, and that all-green car of Tom Pank. And of course the Panks are very much well, they're part of the furniture here. There's Lucas Pank as well. He's qualified in 7th position, and And there's one other Pank as well. That's Nicholas. He's down in 35th position for the start of this race. But we'll be on board with several of the cars as well. And you can see from the dash, this digital dash gives you an idea of, first of all, the speed. You can also see the lap, the best lap, and the lap time currently. But we'll also see the brake and throttle, which I always enjoy as we take through each and every corner. And we're heading towards the Big Machine Vodka Spike Cooler's keyhole. And the keyhole is a key corner here at Mid-Ohio, because you get in there, as you can see here, it drops off a little bit, but the key is to drive out of it because it leads you onto the back straight. And that back straight has a slight kink, but it's flat out, and here it comes. And once you get through that kink, which is turn 3, you head down to the major overtaking part of turn 4, which is where I walked down yesterday, and it's heavily cambered turn 4. And it is possible on the outside to make a move. There's the kink, and there is a starting point there as well for some of the races. Trans Am will also start there. But we are making a run towards turn 4. Now you see the cambered turn 4, the Honda Civic leading them through it. And it's the obvious place for an overtake. But as Alex Berg, who was in here, the F4 driver earlier today, talking us through this circuit, there are a lot more places to overtake than just turn 4, but that has been perennially the place where most attempts are made. Massive fields. We look high above the Mid-Ohio track, and the drone really gives us an idea of the S's, and then leading up to Thunder Hill. Another key corner, this right-hander here, getting drive down and under the bridge at Thunder Hill. And that leads to the final complex, which is the Optima Batteries Carousel, which is basically 11, 12, and 13, which leads us onto the main straight. And already starting to line up as the Honda Civic will pull out of the way. These are all professional drivers. They know exactly how to do this. The Honda Civic does come off and into the pits, and therefore we're in the capable hands of Tom Pank, leading the way from PJ Hyatt. Everybody line astern, 2x2. Watch out for that all green, British racing green of PJ and Gunnar Jeanette. Away they go then, and the 42 of Tom Pank leads them away. And that's a good start. He'll have the inside line. We are green flag waved. Some 36 competitors. Nice clean start under the Honda Bridge, and heading to the Big Machine Vodka Spike Cooler's keyhole for the first time. And look at the lead that Pank has already pulled away on PJ.
Yeah, this is PJ Hyatt's first time in International GT. That's his first official green flag start. Look at this huge field, 36 cars coming through here, and to my calculations, we've got between 8 and 10 Ohio players that consider Mid-Ohio. Now, this is a 3.8 versus a 4-liter. They look exactly identical,
don't they?
But the 4-liter takes Jody Miller there as a thank you for letting me borrow your car as they come into Franklin Road Apparel.
Yep, and yeah, this is, like I said, the key corner, turn 4, Franklin Road Apparel, turn 4, and then into these 5, 6,
contact.
and then the S's. Contact, definitely. And a turnaround, too. He's right in the middle of the track. Worst place to be in the world.
Oh, that's scary. That's Mark Matisse, PutInBay.org. Mark Matisse, another Ohio player, and I don't think that was Mark's fault. I think somebody got into him there, and that kind of, what do they call that, pit maneuver?
Yeah, well, he qualified third, so he's going to be really bummed by the fact that he's got turned around. It's made no difference to Tom Pank at the front. PJ Hyatt trying to keep with him at this point.
Bend to RC, definite contact there. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I was calling race control to see that there was definite contact. That's Todd Sloan there coming through Mission Foods turn 1 in that beautiful 2.5 car, followed by Demon Speed. As we look at Jody Miller going wide there, Jonathan, International GT never disappoints, does it?
No, it doesn't, and we've got another star-studded field again for this race. They race all over the United States, and Ken Fengler should take his hat off. It's been a great job done, but it's Tom Pank from PJ Hyatt, then David Tuati in 3rd place now, Hammond up to 4th place, Jody Miller 5th, Tim Hines in 6th place, and then Edward Baus in 7th, Todd Sloan up to 8th now, Lucas Pank in the number 40 up to 9th place.
Yeah, there's Lucas Pank right behind Ed Baus. Lucas Pank is going to look to try to get around him here. This is not what you would consider a passing zone. It's more of like an intimidation zone. You want to get right up into their mirror, make them make a mistake here at this right-hander, then try to pass them going into Thunder Valley.
Yeah, good clean start. Just that one turn around, and the cars starting to spread around as they head through Thunder Valley.
Let's see if Lucas can do anything here to Ed Bouse. Ed Bouse holding his line. Lucas keeps peeking in at every corner, just trying to make Ed look in his mirror and miss his marks. Around the outside of the carousel, Jonathan, we don't see that very often.
No, not at all. And that carousel exit is right by our commentary position.
Ed Bouse, number 52, followed by Lucas Pank. There's Todd Sloan in that Mobile 1, number 25 car. And then there it looks like the 428. Brady Berman, might have been the one to get into the back of Mark Matisse there at Madness. But here are two different cars. Jody Miller's cars. Jody's in the number 3. He's in a 3.8. That's Stephen Hammond behind David Tuati, and those two have had great battles this season. But look at that, Lucas Pank on the outside of Franklin Road Apparel. Side by side over Madness. Now Ed Bouse has the right-hand turn coming up. Lucas has got to give it to him. Side by side through turn 5, and Lucas comes out ahead of Ed Bouse. That's good driving, gentlemen. Good maneuvering there. So it's Tom Pank and then P.J. Hyatt. Our scoring is wrong. It's actually P.J. Hyatt in the car, not Gunnar Jeanette. Gunnar Jeanette will be with him, I think, in the Enduro. Followed by David Tuati in the number 68, and then Stephen Hammond. And then Jody Miller is actually in the car this run.
Do we think Pippa Mann is in the 3 at the moment, in
no,
fifth place?
I think it's Jody Miller. As far as what I was seeing in the at the grid walk, Pippa did say that she plans on doing the Enduro, but as Pippa always says, it's up to how the yellow flags pan out in that Enduro.
Yeah, a lot of racing for the weekend. They get the 2 feature races and that Enduro racing where you can use 2 drivers. Not everybody does, but it's great to have.
So Stephen Hammond coming into the Franklin Road Apparel turn 4. And look at this, P.J. Hyatt back up, turning into a great battle. I don't green flag, but he's caught back up to Tom Pank.
He caught right up to him too, and this is a really good battle. And is it Gunnar Jeanette, we think, in the car, or is it going to be PJ?
It is PJ Hyatt. Yeah, I did see him and spoke to him at the grid. But then here it is again. It doesn't matter what car Stephen Hammond is in, but Stephen Hammond, David Tuati always have a good battle. And then PJ Hyatt, Ken, newcomer to International GT, showing some real skill.
I think the 3rd time Gunnar said in this car, so doing very well. But you're, a 2013 car against a new car. I think it's 2019 or so. Some years between, probably both not on the car, but also on the drivers. And the wily veteran, so to speak, Tom Pank, making that old girl go. And I'm sure catching Tom Pank is one thing. Getting around him, he'll really have to work for it. But it makes for great racing, and it's a good battle.
Yeah, historically here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, Tom Pank can make that car really, really wide. There's some great passing zones here, but this is a pretty narrow track with that beautiful number 80 of P.J. Hyatt.
Yeah, Tom is always thinking ahead. I don't think he thinks on any one subject for a very long time, but he's already talking about Sunday's Enduro, knowing that Gunnar is probably going to get in the car, and he said that could be trouble. But Tom Pank, the qualifying yesterday was fantastic. He sat in pit lane and waited to see if PJ would outdo his time. He did, and then he got on the horse and went out there and put down an IGT record lap time, beating last year's time of Andy Pilgrim in the Ferrari. So IGT record. So congratulations to Tom Pank. Some great strategy, and it made for an interesting qualifying and leads up to this race.
Awesome. Great shots as they come through Optima Batteries carousel here at Mid-Ohio. There is our leader, Tom Pank, followed closely by the P.J. Hyatt in that 2020 Porsche GT3 Cup car. 4R, is that correct?
That's it, yes. You don't see many of them. We saw one at Road America. with Cooper McNeil. And we don't see those cars very often, but when we do, they're magnificent machines.
And congratulations to Cooper McNeil and Thomas Merrill. Second place at Le Mans this year. And look at that, Stephen Hammond right behind David Tuati in a car that he's a little bit unfamiliar with. And we ride on board with Stephen Hammond, giving him the room like he should. Now, I noticed that Tuati has GT 4.01.
Yes.
And he's in a 4.0. Can you tell us the delineation there?
Yeah, we've had a number of 4-liter cars. We call it 4-liter improved 4i, okay, because there's a kit that adds some horsepower to those, and a number of them had it. We always say they're stock cars. They're stock cars to them, okay, but there's been some doodads put on them, and
Todd Sloan.
He stuck it in there. I saw he just ran out of room. That was pretty optimistic there. Watching him stick it in there.
But he did a good job of avoiding the wall.
Yes.
So we applaud him for that. And Stephen Hammond looked at the inside there of Tuati.
That was from 6th place, Sloan going out.
Yeah. But this is a loaner car that Stephen's in. Thanks to his teammate, Jody Miller, had a spare car. And he got a loaner, so thanks to him. And that's the camaraderie created amongst the group. Stephen, after his unfortunate incident, not his fault, victim of circumstance at Road America, 2 or 3 guys in the paddock said, "Hey, I got a car. Do you want to drive?" And he said, "No, I'm just going to go home and think about it." And but his car was not ready for this race, and hence Jody Miller, who's teamed with Pippa Mann, stepped up and said, "Hey, I got a car. You got to get the points there."
Lucas Pank looking to the inside at turn 1, and now we're back on board with Stephen Hammond. And I hear it was just a parts supply issue. They just couldn't get the parts back in time. So look at this, looking inside, Big Machine Vodka Spike Cooler.
Yeah.
Stephen Hammond over David Tuati, and Jody Miller is going to try to look inside as well.
Good stuff. Yeah. David's, Tuati and his partner David, really bring well-prepared cars to TLM and great enthusiasm, as you know, and he's one of our biggest cheerleaders, not only in the paddock, but when he's in the car, he makes it look interesting out there all the time.
Lucas Pank inside Jody Miller there. Lucas Pank in a 2010 3.8, so this is equally yoked cars and Lucas Pank and Jody Miller, but Ed Bouse takes advantage of Lucas Pank going a little bit wide through turn 6.
This is racecraft. This is it right here. You can throw the timesheet away, and this is all about racing. The timesheet only matters for some bragging rights, but who finishes ahead of in front of you. So this is all about racecraft.
And Mid-Ohio notoriously has grinded down almost smooth like a concrete floor at a Home Depot or Lowe's, the racing line. So you'll see these guys coming in and hitting their brakes, and you can just tell that they're losing grip as they really fun racing. That's not these Pirelli P0s. That is the surface here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course.
Yeah, I think some of them could get a better lap time at Home Depot than they could at Mid-Ohio because of that situation.
Beautiful shots here as we come into Big Machine Vodka Spike Cooler's keyhole. David Tuati right there in front of Jody. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised that Stephen Hammond's gapped Tuati like that.
Yeah, I'm saying, he continually surprises. A young guy, new guy, David Tuati being a well-seasoned and experienced veteran. And he surprises me, but then again, why should I be surprised?
I love the Stephen Hammond, Jody Miller cars. That blue with the stripe shows up really well. It's SVRA blue, which we love here at the SpeedTour events. Tuati's car shows up anywhere, so do the Bay Saber cars, but those cars are really sharp.
That's a good series of racing right there. All throughout the whole grid, really. We've got good racing going on.
International, not to jinx anything here as I knock on our wood panel. Good racing throughout this whole season so far.
Yeah.
Don't jinx us.
Lucas Pank coming into Optima Batteries Carousel. Ed Bouse, he's gapped Ed Bouse just a little bit. And there's Jody Miller in front of him now. Lucas Pank and Jody Miller in 3.8s. In front of Jody Miller is that 4-point I is what you're calling it of David Tuati. So it's a 4-liter improved. And he just can't catch Stephen Hammond. And Jody Miller's loving this, seeing his car in front of Tuati.
Yeah. Yep.
And that is Scott Zadinas in that number 99 car.
core leader there at the back of this pack behind Ed Bouse.
Yeah, with MGM. MGM's got 2 or 3 cars here with us. They're not regulars with International GT. We welcome them. Marty Gilbert, longtime Porsche preparer down in my neck of the woods, down in Fort Lauderdale, and brought a couple of his customers, and hope they're enjoying their time with International GT. I think they're going to be back next weekend for some Porsche Cup racing, and as I said, welcomed, and obviously they fit well into the group as they're running.
And if you're wondering what happened to Jonathan Green, everybody's favorite commentator, he's having some audio issues.
Well, no, but he hasn't got a word in edgeways. You guys, you're killing it. I'm loving it.
So you're back. I know you're having issues.
Yeah.
I thought it was tea time or something. I thought, shoot, it's good.
Okay, so now we're into lap traffic. Jonathan, this has been quite a good race, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a really good race, and I've been trying to keep an eye while you've been watching what the action is on track, or what we're looking at. I'm keeping an eye on the scoreboard and seeing if anybody's coming through. You just mentioned Scott Zanadis in the number 99, and David Tuati now up to 6th place. So a little bit of movement, but Tuati was down in 4th, now dropped to 6th. Todd Sloan's recovered to 5th.
That's impressive to spin out like that, to come back. And, I'll tell you, it's the 2 Ohio players. Both have had problems in the madness section. There's Todd Sloan. He spun. Mark Matisse, I think he was nudged. And here's our leaders. PJ Hyatt, if he just sits back and watches Tom Pank and maybe makes a move on the white flag lap, we're going to see what's going to happen here. We've had a lot of last lap passes for finishes here at Mid-Ohio.
I thought I heard a call for the white flag out next time by, and I think they just got it.
I see it in the hands.
Yeah, I think they just...
So we should see the white flag come around here. So let's see if PJ Hyatt has anything here. I think his best passing zone, he's got to get a good run here going into Mission Foods Turn 1, and we're going to see what he can do if he can carry momentum into Big Machine Vodka Spike Cooler's keyhole.
Oh, that's a short description, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, this has been a good close race, and Pack's done a good job of holding him off, but this is the closest he's been. Hyatt goes to the outside. He's going to try to get the drive now down that back straight.
I'm noticing that Hyatt's rear wing is shaking going down that long straightaway. I don't know if he's feeling any vibration from that, but that's the 3rd time I've noticed his rear wing seems to just have a little bit of a vibration under speed. So we look at Tom Pank, if he can hit his brake marks going into Franklin Road Apparel Turn 4.
Wow, they got some traffic as well, so this could play a factor in this last lap.
All right, Jonathan, half a lap left. Take it away.
All right, well, Pank has got this, and Hyatt doing everything, and Hyatt certainly will sense as they come through the S's. If he's going to have a chance, it's going to be now, because the traffic that they've got is going to have to be dealt with through Thunder Hill. And here comes your leader. He is slowed up, and here comes Hyatt. PJ trying every which way now as they come down to the final carousel run. But Pank holding on for dear life right now in the all green. Great finish to our first race. And International GT putting on a show here. And try as he might, I think Pank's got this one. Comes out of the carousel and will take the checkered flag, but it's so close. Less than 0.2 of a second between them. Hyatt crosses the line in 2nd place. Hammond's going to take 3rd. Tuati 4th, and in 5th place will be the number 3. And that is the Pipperman, Jody Miller. Jody Miller at the wheel in the 3, having gone from 8th place. But, well, Ken, you can't complain of that.
No, I couldn't have been better than I asked for. Great race, guys. Thanks to the staff here at Mid-Ohio, the corner workers for keeping everybody safe and on their toes. And, that was exciting. It was a good way to start the weekend. And we look forward to race 2 somewhere around 5:30, last race of the day. All I can say to spectators out there, or those watching, don't miss the 2nd race. And those that are here, don't leave, because you'll see another great race.
Oh, they're not leaving. Most of them are staying here. My thanks to Ken Fengler and, of course, to Ben Sissel. Ben will be with us throughout the day, but we'll let them go over and get the podium and interviews underway in what was another accomplished performance by Tom Pank. And it's one thing to win a race, it's another to do it under immense pressure like that, when you know that one mistake here or there, and then the obvious traffic coming into play at the final lap, always very tough indeed, especially around Mid-Ohio, but he did it in style. And Ben heading over there to the other side of the track will probably get a word with Tom Pank. But that was great stuff. And the base saver Porsche number 42 comes in to the pits. And I'm sure with his BRM watch, he'd be right on time to get to the podium. So good stuff. And International GT, as Ken mentioned, will be back in action later today. There's a good shot of what it's like here at Mid-Ohio in the paddock. And we'll get ready for the podium, but we'll take a short break here from Mid-Ohio. Join us for more from the Speed Tour after this.
Hawk Performance packs 100 years of friction dynamics into every product. Backed by Carlisle Brake and Friction, the world's premier innovator of industrial brake and friction components, Hawk leverages R&D tools and motorsports experience to deliver uncompromising performance on the street. There's no reason to settle for less. Choose pads that are race-proven and street-legal. Find the Hawk Performance brake dealer near you at hawkperformance.com.
Feel the power. Experience the excitement. You're in the driver's seat. At Skip Barber, you learn from the best. Whether you are a new driver that wants to learn accident avoidance or a seasoned racer looking to improve, we have a program for you. We're your #1 destination for auto racing and driving schools. Skip Barber. Feel the power.
Everything in our garage is inspired by our racing spirit. Race in for a great deal on the Honda CR-V. Only at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event.